Good evening and welcome to week 2 of Hoops Friday Night. I'm Dave Ciseski alongside Tony Quach. Dylan Tyson will join us shortly. Tony, we get a taste of the future tonight between two undefeateds as Lima Central Catholic set to join the Northwest Conference next season, hosting Allen East tonight.
Absolutely, Dave. Allen East is fresh off a 71-59 win over Ridgemont, while LCC came away with 2 victories in the Laya Tip-Off Classic. So we'll see who's undefeated after this showdown.
Going back to 2004, these squads have matched off 13 times with LCC a dominant 12-1. However, the Mustangs picking up the dub in 2021, looking for more success tonight. First quarter tied at 7 when Carson Parker finds Parker Judy, and the senior connects in the long-range call. 10-7 T-Birds. Move to the second. Mustangs down 29 when Ethan Young with a beautiful bounce pass to Hunter Nichols, who goes off glass for the 2. Deficit cut to 9. Same score, next LCC possession. Touch pass from Jordan Pretty there, and he hits the shot and the foul, converts the 4-point Pretty play. 24-11 Birds. Mustangs down 17 and needing a bucket. Deacon Jones drives and dishes to Logan Helser, who goes up strong for the lay-in, but the T-Birds too much tonight as Parker with a big-time block and then starts the break of his own. T-Birds flying in transition. Parker over to Pretty, who goes off glass. Count that bucket in the foul. T-Birds remain perfect, winning 53-37. Over to Lapham Gymnasium for an NWC versus WBL showdown as the Shawnee Indians hosted Crestview Knights. Over the past 4 years, the series split down the middle with 2 wins apiece for each squad. Indians would open up the scoring as they move it around the rock here, and the rock finds Coldsberry, who gets the green light and connects on the triple try. Shawnee leads 3-0. Knights defense smothering, however, as Jarrett Harding gets the steal. He'll take it all the way the other end for the lay-in. 3-2 Shawnee early on. Moving ahead in the quarter, Knights down 2 when Tommy Hefner takes his man off the dribble, then pops in the clean jumper, all tied up. Shawnee with an answer, though. Dom Lynch passes to Nick Pashone, who goes off glass for the bucket. Indians back on top. However, the Knights will turn it up as Hardings is going to find Ren Sheets under the bucket there. He'll get the bucket in the paint. And then Connor Sheets, double-teamed, however, able to kick it out to Braxton Heath. He bears the deep 3-ball. Knights go on to win this one 61-56.
We'll make our way over to Putnam County. Colada looks to get into the win column as they battle St. John's. The Blue Jays and the Wildcats each have 3 wins against each other in the last 6 meetings. Picking it up in the third, St. John's trails by 1. Cam Elwer connects with Austin Munter for 2. St. John's leads 25-24. Colada answers down court. Braylon Smith hits Jacob Siebenek, and he lays it up and in. Colada goes back on top by 1. Moments later, Siebenek links up with Logan Kerner, and that triple try is true. Wildcats go up 29-27. But the Blue Jays can shoot long distance too. Elwer to Munter, and he hangs 3 on the board. Blue Jays go up by 1. It's Elwer now. Elwer grabbing the loose ball, and he gets the putback. St. John's wins an overtime thriller, 60-54. The Fort Jennings Musketeers welcome in the North Central Eagles from the Buckeye Border Conference. The Musketeers are eyeing just their 2nd win of the season as they attempt to get over the 500 mark. In the first quarter, Adam Hurston grabs the loose ball and drops it in for 2. First bucket of the game ties things up at 2. Moments later, Jaron Swig hits Calvin Mankey, and Mankey pulls up and hits the jumper. Fort Jennings now trails by 2. Let's jump ahead to the second quarter. Mankey finds Owen Cavillage, who spots up for 3. He sends it through the twine for Jennings, goes up by 1. And the 3-point barrage continues as Swick dials up from long range, and that connection is good. Home team now goes up by 4. Moments later, Swick looking for an open man. Here's Cavillage knocking down the jumper for Jennings wins 61-43. Taking a look at some other PCL teams in non-conference action tonight. Hicksville wins big at home against Continental, 49-24. Miller City dominates at home against Holgate, 57-27. And now we're sending things over to Dylan Tyson, who has more action back in Allen County.
Well, Tony, let's check in on another intra-county showdown featuring the reigning NWC champs. Spencerville finished last season 21-3, but they've started this year in the loss column. The Bearcats made the trip to Elida Fieldhouse tonight, and with Elida fans rocking the hard hats, both teams hope to build the foundation for a winning season. The 1-1 Bulldogs in for a nail-biter tonight with under 2 minutes to play. Elida leads 52-47. Spencerville freshman Will Sensabaugh, the quick trigger, and it pays off. Bearcats trail by 2 late. Just seconds later, Spencerville with a crucial takeaway by Grady Smith. Ball is back in Sensabaugh's hands, and the freshman is clutch. Spencerville takes a 53-52 lead. And a couple free throws later, now the Bulldogs trail by 3. 30 seconds on the clock. Aggressive to the rim, and he converts. Amari Wash puts Elida down by 1. Spencerville calls timeout to lay out the blueprints, but the Bulldogs ferocious with the press. Ball comes loose. Zori Island there to scoop it up and give Elida the lead with 17 seconds left. One last chance for the Bearcats. It's an all-out brawl for the rebound. Desperation shot is no good. Elida beats Spencerville for the first time since 2019, 56-55. Another NWC squad with in-town action tonight. Jefferson hosts their home opener on The Stage, looking to put on a performance and take down 1-0 Fairview. First quarter, the Wildcats get on the board first. Carter Agner, the biggest man down low, knocks this down and puts his team out to a 4-0 lead. But the Apaches will answer. Jude Schillinger, assertive in the paint, draws the foul, sinks the floater, and makes the ensuing free throw to complete a 3-point play. They trail by 1. As the first quarter winds down, Mason Wiltsey finds an opening downtown and converts the tray ball for Jefferson, 13-10 at the end of the period. Fairview continues to keep pace. This time, Jackson Brady gets physical, and he's tying the ball game up at 14, but they can't keep up forever. Agner finds Elijah Petty on the inbound, and he gives his team the lead. Wildcats run away with it, 50-36. Well, tonight our spotlight game is all about vengeance. Bluffton hopes to avenge their season-ending defeat against Ottawa Glandorf, plus highlights from Lima Senior, Shelby County, and Van Wert County when Hoops Friday Night returns.
Welcome back. After Bluffton's season came to an end in the district semifinal this past March, you know this year's Pirate Crew is eager to get back on the court? Well, they have a chance to right the ship against the same team that knocked them out of the tournament last season in the Ottawa Glandorf Titans. Both teams collide in a Hoops Friday Night Spotlight game.
This Hoops Friday Night Spotlight game is presented by Midwest Electric Incorporated.
Heavy hearts tonight as they pay tribute to the late Eli Jones, who tragically passed away earlier this week. We're keeping the Jones family in our thoughts and prayers. In the first quarter, OG trails by 3. Colin White kicks it out to Grant Schrader, and number 3 hits the 3. Titans down by 2. Let's jump ahead to the second. Pirates lead by 1. Merrick Donaldson pulls up and buries the jumper. Home team goes up by 3. Moments later, Blake Summers grabs the offensive rebound and gets the putback. Bluffton extends their lead to 5. OG now trails by 3, and in the closing seconds of the first half, Caden Erfurt drains the 3 ball as time expires. This game is tied 21-21 going into halftime. To the third quarter, Donaldson bounces it to a cutting Wayne Ginther, and he gets the lay-in as Bluffton now leads by 2. But here come the Titans. In the fourth, White, with 2 men in his face, an Ohio State commit, still finds a way to score. OG leads 36-35, and they would pull away. White saves the ball from going out of bounds. He finds Erfurt, who gets the hoop and the harm. OG wins this one, 45-40.
Lima Senior on the road taking on Scott, coming off an impressive opener where they hung 107 on their opponent. Scott looking for their first conference win of the season. First quarter, Isaiah Bouchard loses his handle on the ball stolen by Lima Senior's Javion Walton, takes it the other and lays it in, plus the foul. But later in the quarter, Carnell Smith going to drive. He finds Bouchard in the corner, and he fires from 3, knocking it down. The Spartans would fall in this one 64-59. And over to Shelby County, the Redskins head over to the Coliseum to tip off conference play against the Trojans last season. These 2 teams finished with identical conference records while splitting their season meetings. First quarter, Trojans up 6-2, and Rylan Paul up fakes and floats it home for the 2 Trojans, leading by 6 early on. A few moments later, Russell Lenhart gets the steal and out-hustles his man for the finish. Trojans race out to a 10-point lead. Then in the second, Jordan Herzog is going to drop step and drops it in, going away from the hoop. Trojans up 20-2. Under 5 to go in the half, and A.J. Siegel gets the steal and goes coast to coast all the way for the lay-in. Redskins trailing 21-4. Redskins' Max Maurer, though, comes right back, crossing over to his right and drains the jumper. Redskins get back to the buckets there, but the Trojans were just too much as Grant Flora gets the bucket. Botkins wins 63-35.
We had just one more score from the Shelby County League. Russia wins big at home, 78-39 over Fairlawn.
Up north. Northwest now for a cross-county battle in Rockford, where Van Wert looks for their first win on the year, and Parkway looks to beat the Cougars for just the third time in 10 years. Van Wert gets on the board first. Keaton Welch breaks away and sinks this one for the early lead, but it doesn't last long. Trent Rollins finds nylon for the Panthers, and the home team is back on top. Cougars look to keep pace. Caden Schaffer pulls up from deep, and he connects for 3. Van Wert leads by a point, but the Panthers will keep control. Rollins gets the board and the points. Just moments later, Parkway moving the rock around Rockford ends up in Wyatt Carpenter's hands, and he'll connect. Panthers get the home win, 43-40. Another Van Wert County team, Lincoln View, hits the hardwood for the 12th season with Coach Brett Hammonds. They're looking for their first win of the season tonight against the reigning NWCC champs 0-2 USV. Rams on top 45-36 to start the final quarter, but the Lancers are trying to cook up a comeback. Cal Evans tries from bonus distance and splashes for a 6-point game. USV not going anywhere though. Alex Sanders dominates the lane and earns the points, extending their lead. And these teams trade punches. Evans driving to the hoop, fights through the foul, making an and one for the Lancers, but it's not enough to tame the Rams. Bo Sanders finds a wide open Hunter Dameron at the other end, and USV will go on to win 64-55. Tonight, the Blanchard Valley Conference is our second league to kick off conference play. High-stakes highlights coming up, plus action from Hardin County after our final break on Hoops Friday night.
Welcome back. Going back the last 18 years, Van Lew and Liberty Benton have met 19 times, with the Eagles picking up 18 victories, including 12 in a row, and a point differential over 500. LB at 1-2 looking to right the ship as they open conference play in the Blanchard Valley Conference against the Wildcats. First quarter, Eagles come out firing. Jay Kirkin says all rise, and you may be seated all in the same possession. 6-0 LB. Moving ahead, Carson Conaway on a one-man fast break. He finishes with the two-handed flush. 8-0 Eagles soaring. Conaway again on the break and lays it in with a finger roll this time, forcing the timeout, making it 10-zip LB. How about 3 buckets in a row from the senior? Once again, he's going to climb the ladder for the flush, 12-0. And there would be more. Jackson Hochstetler goes right at the defense with the lay-in, 14-2 LB. But how about this bucket? Owen Rosman breaks the ankles of the defender on his way for 2, but Conway with one more soft flush as the Eagles win 65-12.
We go 10 miles up north now, where Macomb hosted Van Buren. Both these teams posted 9-14 records last season. Black Knights 4th in the conference, while the Panthers finished 16th. Jumping to the second, Black Knights leading 34-11. Seth Gregory steps in and nails the 3-ball. Black Knights rolling. Next Van Buren possession, Parker Beilharz ducks in and lays it in. Yet Black Knights are still up double figures. Under a minute to play in the quarter. Grady Schrader gathers and finishes over the big. Panthers trailing by 20. Picking up action after the break, Jesse Switzer gets the bucket to go. Black Knights cruising 41-18. And with 3 to go in the third, Brandon Stutzman puts it down through contact, and he goes on to cap off the 3-point play. Macomb's fighting back. Next play, Blake Wittenmeyer drains the tray, yet Panthers still trailing 41-23. James Holman gets that one to fall as the Black Knights win 57-36.
We got another BBC showdown set for takeoff at the launch pad. The Georgia Bowl Rockets play host to Arcadia Redskins. The Rockets have won the last 8 meetings versus the Skins. Rockets lead by 2 in the first. Aiden Harris connects with Zach Neuenschwander, and the senior hits nothing but net. PG goes up by 5. Now it's Harris gliding to the hoop, and he lays it in for 2. Rockets jump out to a 7-point lead. Arcadia is trying to close the gap. Here's Cohen Harris spying up and burying this triple try. Redskins are now down by 4. But the Rockets get to running. Colin Harris hits his twin brother Aiden, and the action's coming right at us. That bucket is good. The Rockets now lead by 8. And they won't let up. Aiden Harris finds Neuenschwander, and the senior banks it off the glass. Rockets soar to a 63-28 win. Just one more final score from the Blanchard Valley Conference. Arlington wins big on the road against Elmwood. 83-56 is the final score. Future BBC member Lipstick hits the road to take on Hardin Northern. There's been 8 meetings between the 2 programs since 2011, and in each game, the Vikings emerge victorious. Late in the third, Lipstick leads by 4. Brevin Brandt drives left, and he lays it up and in. Vikings lead by 6. To the fourth, Hardin Northern playing some defense. Nolan Hobson gets the pass and the bucket. Polar Bears now trail by 6. A few possessions later, Landon Witherell gets the rebound, and he feeds it to Hobson again for the 3-ball. Polar Bears still down by 5. Moments later, Jace Breck pulls up and nails the mid-range J. Lipstick leads 56-52. With just 30 seconds left in the fourth, it's Breck getting the steal and taking it to the rim. That seals the win for Lipstick. They take this one 63-57.
Sticking in Hardin County as the Kenton Wildcats hosting the Coldwater Cavaliers. 4 of the last 5 games head-to-head have been separated by just 5 points or less between the two. The first, Luke Schwederman pulling the deep three, and the senior drains it from the top of the key. Cavs up 5-0. Still in the first, Coldwater inbound pass from Miles Potcotter finds Balin Blockberger across the court. The junior drills the open three. Cavs up 11-0. Kenton trying to get something going. Junior Corbin Johnson gets the pass on the wing, shoots the 3 ball, and nails it for the Cats. Kenton trailing 18-6. Into the second quarter, Kenton clawing their way back. Senior Gavin Payne puts it on the clamps, gets the steal, takes it to the rack, and finishes. Kenton would trail 24-19. Midway through the second, Mason Welsh is going to get the pass, drives the lane, and puts in a and-one bucket for the Cavs. They go on to win in their opener, 61-44. We got some more scores to get to tonight. Riverdale picks up the dub at home with a 48-39 win over Corey Rawson. The Raiders with a 12-point win over Bryan to move to 3-0 on the young season. Lehman Catholic getting the win as well, 57-27, an impressive victory for them. And Defiance with the 11-point win at home as well.
Here's some other scores from around the area. In the battle of the Wildcats, Minster wins 65-31 over Houston. Then in the battle between Auglaize County foes, Knoxville wins 39-32 against Waynesville Goshen. Let's head over to the Central Buckeye Conference. Indian Lake wins big on the road as well. The Lakers took down Graham Loco 64-24. Meanwhile, Urbana defends home court against Bellefontaine 62-37. You know Connors are going to be happy about that. And finally, Benjamin Logan drops a very tough one at home against North Union 66-31 is your final.
And that's how we wrap up week 2 of the Hoops Friday night. Wow, this has been fun. Thank you to everyone who helps us put the show together, gets it on the air. Everyone out there tuning in as well tonight. Be
sure to tune in tomorrow. We have more action from the hardwood featuring plenty of local girls and boys basketball action. And we'll do this all over again next week. Thank you to everyone for watching and have a great night.
Have a good night.